When living forever turns out to be a terrible idea. Imagine discovering that death is not the end. Not heaven, not hell, not even a blank screen. You just wake up again. Same body, same parents, same year, same historical disasters queuing up and waiting. That is the basic setup of the first 15 lives of Harry August by Claire North. And if that sounds like a power fantasy, do not worry. The book spends the next 400 pages systematically dismantling that idea. This is not a story about becoming rich, winning the lottery, or punching Hitler. It is a story about memory, responsibility, and the slow psychological rot that comes from knowing too much for far too long, which frankly feels incredibly relatable. Quick verdict. Is this book worth your time? Short answer, yes. If you like your science fiction intelligent, restrained, and quietly unsettling. Long answer, this is not a flashy book. There are no cinematic time portals, no glowing machines, and very little enthusiasm about being immortal. Instead, this is a philosophical thriller disguised as a time loop novel. It won the John W. Campbell Memorial Award and was shortlisted for the Arthur C. Clarke Award, which is polite industry code for this will make you think instead of cheer. If you want explosions, this is not your book. If you want a calm British voice explaining why power always goes wrong eventually, welcome home. The premise. Living again with receipts. Harry August is born in 1919. He lives a full life, then he dies, and then he is born again. Same day, same place, same everything. Harry is part of a group of people who experience life this way. They cannot move forward into the future beyond their natural lifespan. They cannot escape their historical era. They can only repeat, armed with memory. Then Harry receives a message. At the moment of death, a warning from the future. Something is ending too soon. At that point, the book stops being about immortality and starts being about damage control. The rules. Why this is not a power fantasy. The rules of recurrence are simple and brutal. You always restart at the same point. You always die at roughly the same time. History resists large changes. You can nudge things. You can influence individuals. You can quietly prepare. But you cannot rewrite the world in one clean, heroic gesture. And you cannot escape consequences forever because memory keeps score. This is why the book works, because it understands that infinite retries do not create wisdom. They create arrogance. The narrative voice. A man who has seen too much and is very polite about it. The story is framed as a confession. Harry is explaining himself, justifying himself, possibly lying to himself. His voice is calm, precise, and deeply tired. Not dramatic, not emotional, just the tone of someone who has made the same mistakes enough times to catalogue them. This restraint is deliberate. It mirrors the emotional flattening that comes with remembering too much. And it quietly dares the reader to keep up. Structure and pacing. Life, then another, then another. The novel moves through a series of lives, some short, some long, some meaningful, some wasteful. Each one adds a skill, a relationship, or a regret. At first, they feel episodic. Later, you realize they are all ammunition. The pacing is slow by design because this is not about urgency. It's about inevitability. The tension comes from knowing that something has already gone wrong and that fixing it might make everything worse. Harry August, competent, intelligent, and emotionally worn down. Harry is not a hero. He is not especially likable. He is competent, observant, and increasingly detached. Each repeated life makes him better at surviving and worse at connecting. Some readers find him emotionally distant. They are correct. That is the point. This is what happens when memory becomes permanent and forgiveness does not reset. The central conflict, when your enemy is basically you, but worse. The heart of the novel is not the mystery. It is the relationship between Harry and his antagonist. They share the same condition, the same advantages, the same long view of history. What separates them is philosophy. One believes progress must be pushed regardless of cost, and the other believes restraint is the only ethical response to power. This is not good versus evil. It is caution versus obsession, and it is deeply uncomfortable because both sides make sense. The society. Immortality bureaucratized. The Kalachakra have a society, records, education, rules, punishments. They archive knowledge. They control information. They decide what should and should not be remembered. Power accumulates where memory accumulates. And moral certainty becomes dangerous when you can retry forever. Their greatest fear is not death. It is disruption, because even immortals hate instability. Themes. Why this book sticks with you. This is a book about memory as weight, about responsibility without repair, about how knowledge does not automatically make you better. It asks uncomfortable questions. If you know what will happen, are you obligated to intervene? If you intervene, who are you allowed to sacrifice? By removing death as a limiter, the novel exposes what actually gives life meaning. And the answer is not achievement, it is restraint, style, and atmosphere. Quietly unsettling on purpose. Claire North's prose is clean and controlled. No excess, no theatrics, just enough detail to ground you and enough restraint to unsettle you. The mood is reflective, not bleak. Thoughtful, not cold. The horror is not what happens. It is in what keeps happening. Strengths and weaknesses. Let us be fair about it. This is a smart book that trusts its reader. It does not hold your hand. It does not explain itself twice. Some readers may find the episodic structure repetitive. Some may want firmer scientific explanations. Some may wish Harry smiled more. The book politely declines all of that, and it commits fully to what it is trying to say. Final thoughts. Immortality is not the point. The first 15 lives of Harry August is not about living forever. It is about what happens when you cannot forget. It is about how power warps intention. It is how certainty breeds danger, and how doing the right thing becomes harder, not easier, with time. If you enjoy thoughtful science fiction that respects your intelligence, this book is worth your attention. If you want a reminder that being human might actually be the safer option, it's worth even more. If you want a reminder that being human might actually be the safer option, this is worth even more.